Okay, many of today's modern movies reflect popular novels of the past. The purpose of this is to show universal themes in our readings are still present in modern today. A good example of this is 1984 and the Lego Movie. They both share similar universal themes such as propaganda, love, music, technology, and government control. You probably wouldn't expect much to be in common with the Lego Movie in 1984, considering 1984 is about a dark dystopian view of the future, and the Lego Movie is a children's movie. But they actually have a lot in common. In both the Lego Movie and 1984, a dictator controls the whereabouts and movements of the citizens. Surveillance cameras constantly monitor the public. Words and songs chosen by the government keep the masses pacified. In the Lego Movie, Lord Business is the leader of the Lego world who absolutely hates chaos, which leads him to seek power. He ultimately aims to freeze the world and prevent anyone or anything from changing. Whereas in 1984, you have Big Brother who is pretty much watching the people constantly and making sure they don't misbehave. You also have the drowning of consciousness in both 1984 and the Lego Movie. It exists in the Lego Movie in the formality of each person's actions in Legoland, from the shows the citizens watch, to the songs they're singing, to the coffee they consume. Where in 1984, it's pretty much just the wisdom of Big Brother and the self-hypnosis of pretty much constantly feeling like rhythmic noise of the Big Brother. In 1984, people also disappear during the night and their names are removed from the registry. Every recording of everything they have ever done is wiped out and they are pretty much forgotten. Is also shown in the Lego Movie, because when people question the leader, they are frozen in place or disappear never to be seen again. Another example is 1984 and the Lego Movie is the Lego Movie Lord Business and his minions mass-produce entertainment shows such as Where Are My Pants, which is the nation's biggest television hit, and many other shows similar to this that pacified and pretty much made the citizens hypnotized to believe what the government wants, such as in 1984 with the different departments dealing with literature, music, drama, and entertainment, and how the newspapers only would contain sports, crime, and astrology. Also, 1984 did not have a quote is, "You do not have friends nowadays. You have comrades." But there were some comrades whose society was pleasanter than that of others. You see this in the Lego Movie when the main character, Emmett, goes missing, and his friends are interviewed on TV about him, and none of them really know anything important about him. He just really exists as a face in the crowd rather than a unique individual. Another relation between 1984 and the Lego Movie would be the songs. In 1984, you have the new tune, which is pretty much the theme song for Hate Week. In the Lego Movie, although the song is not about hate, there is a song that is pretty much played in almost every scene in the beginning. It's Everything is Awesome, and it's sung by thousands of Lego characters. for like 5 hours straight in a day. This pretty much shows the government's control over the people and the influence that technology was having on them. Another connection you could make is between the Ministry of Love, which was in 1984, where they pretty much tortured people and where people would disappear to. Where in the Lego movie, when someone was being questioned, they would go to the quiet room for interrogation, and some were even tortured into submission, which of course they don't show because it's a kids movie, but they imply it. In the Lego movie, the characters are also under constant surveillance and can never even escape being watched by the police or their overlords, as they call it. In fact, if they even go against routine, they are punished for rebellious behavior. Sounds a lot like the Thought Police in 1984. Another example would be in 1984, there's a quote, "We," meaning the government, "have cut the links between children and parents, between men and men, between men and women." In the Lego movie, there is this Lego police officer who serves as both the good cop and the bad cop, is pushed to cut ties between himself and his family, and then after being brainwashed, he is forced to torture his parents to prove his loyalty to the government. These examples show the similarities between the Lego movie and 1984, also showing that the universal themes are pretty much the same. They just imply them differently. Because 1984 is kind of dark and disturbing, you catch on to it a lot faster than you do the Lego movie, because it is a kids movie. Therefore it is not as heavy as the 1984, but it still has some of the same aspects. Therefore they are both really similar.